people may think I'm crazy by the time I fucking post this, but at this point, I really could care less. So, I've been a Nintendo fan since I was 6. My first console was a GameCube along with Animal Crossing and Super Mario Sunshine. After that was when I'd started collecting various games and consoles, or basically anything that was affiliated to Nintendo. So you know the game Tomodachi Life, right? It was this game where you had a little island and you'd put your Miis on there where they could live their own lives. Well, I had that game, as well as its original Japanese counterpart Tomodachi Collection from 2009. Well, what if I told you that there was an English port that was going to release sometime in 2010 in the US? So it was a normal day for me. I was sitting at my computer while casually shopping for any cool items to add to my collection, when I suddenly would stumble upon an English copy of Tomodachi Collection. It was listed on Mercari for about $35 plus $5 shipping. Well, it was a little pricey for my standards, I bought it anyway. It surprisingly arrived 2 days later. Odd, right? Well, I took my old DS I haven't touched in over a decade, plopped the cartridge in, and booted the game up. I was becoming concerned that this was a fake game at first, but the title screen proved it to be genuine. So with a sigh of relief, I finally started playing. First, I made a Mii character to resemble, well, myself. And after a few minutes, I had started my tiny little island. This unfortunately took a toll on me and made me completely disregard my actual life, which resulted in my girlfriend breaking up with me, losing about 50% of my friends and other things. It was then one day where I would get my wake-up call. So I woke up at 6:30 in the morning just so I could play my game. I had a recital at my school that day, which gave me plenty of time to myself. I booted up my island and saw that the sky was stormy all of a sudden. Odd. Must have been some weird little Easter egg that I had unlocked, or so I thought. I went to my apartment and saw that my Mii was sad. I tapped the character and he looked up at me.
"Why did you do this to me?"
he said. I was confused. 2 options were given, those being, "What are you talking about?" and, "Well..." I chose the first one to reflect upon what I had felt.
"You know what I am talking about. Last night when you forgot to save your progress, you barely spent any time with us that day in the first place,"
the Mii continued. I was given 2 options once again. "I'm sorry," or "You're being ungrateful." I chose the second one out of pure frustration.
"You think I'm the ungrateful one? Take a look at yourself. You created this heaven for all of us to thrive on, and look what that has cost you."
2 more options popped up. "Oh," and "Okay, that's crossing the line." I chose the second one.
"Go away,"
the Mii said. So I left his room and did some shopping for some of my other Miis who were also really sad and angry with me for not spending as much time with them. I then took a few minutes break to have some breakfast and clear my head. As soon as I got back, I opened my Mii's room again, where he then looked at me angrily.
"I told you to go away,"
he replied. I was given only one option now. "Okay, now you've done it," which I then chose. The Mii looked at me and said,
"Oh really? Now watch this."
It then cut to some cutscene that I've never seen before. My Mii was standing on top of a building with other Miis at the bottom.
"Attention, everyone. It has come to my attention that insert name does not care about us at all. We tried showing him what true love and care was, and what does he do? Cast us aside for an entire day."
It was then that the quality began to drop. Then again, DS games didn't really have good enough quality to begin with. The other Miis then looked at me with their eyes glowing red. They were repeating the phrase, "How could you?" 3 times.
"Thanks to you, just like in real life, you are about to lose everything you've ever worked for,"
my character said before jumping off the building. That one clip from the one dream where they all are falling out of the sky began to play, with each Mii following in pursuit. Each time they would say goodbye to me, and one by one, they all jumped off, up until my last Mii, who represented the only friend I had left, fell to the ground, before cutting to a pile of dead, bloodied Mii bodies with the text, never leave your friends behind, 'cause they just might leave you."